Welcome to episode 53 of All This Science, the science podcast that describes something sciencey in 5 minutes or less or double your money back. I'm Dr. C, and today we look at fog machines, those cool devices that are actually quite hot. They create fog, hence the name. What is real fog? Well, it is a natural parasol that keeps away the rain. Oh wait, I misread that. Natural aerosol, right. Natural aerosol. Liquid water droplets suspended in a gas. It is really a low-lying cloud. You can learn more about upper-lying clouds and no good, dirty, rotten-lying clouds in episodes 1 and 2 of my podcast. Now legendary. A fog reduces visibility to less than a kilometer. The lightweight cousin of fog, mist, isn't nearly as dense. There's radiation fog, ground fog, evaporation fog, and crunchy fog. Obligatory Monty Python reference. Regardless the source, the fog hangs around for a while before dissipating, going away. So because fog is so neat, and you aren't always in a place where it naturally occurs with great frequency, you can make your own. You can chuck a chunk of dry ice, solid carbon dioxide, into hot water. The carbon dioxide will sublime, go directly from solid to gas in a phase change, and the endothermicity of it all, the heat influx, causes a condensation in the surrounding water vapor part of the air. Now, it's not always easy to find dry ice, and to handle it, you need PPE, personal protective equipment. It also gets used up quickly, so for the high school dance, it wouldn't be very practical. Especially if you're playing a long song like Stairway to Heaven or Hotel California, or both of those together, or the world's largest safety song. See episode 18 of All This Science. So, you can rent a fog machine for the big dance. You put a mix of water and a glycol in a reservoir. This is called the fog juice. Depending on the machine, the glycol, which has 2 OH groups, also known as hydroxyl groups, can be propylene glycol, 1,2-ethane-diol for you IUPAC types, and or triethylene glycol, 2,2'-ethane 1,2-diol-bis-oxydiethanol for you IUPAC types. What's IUPAC? IUPAC stands for International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, and you can join. I'm not sure the annual dues. Can someone tell me? Tweet me at All This Science. There's also an initiation process. You have to recite all the elements in the periodic table after first spinning around on a baseball bat 10 times. You used to also have to walk in a slight fog, but they did away with that hazing process. Hey, I brought it back to fog. So, this mix in the reservoir is usually 30% glycols and 70% distilled water by volume, but it can vary depending on the machine. If you make your own home fog juice, you void the warranty, and that's not good. You might not get complete flashing, creation of a vapor, which will lead to a burning smell and muck up your pipes. Not a good thing. Anyway, assuming you followed the rules, the fog juice is then pumped through a thin copper pipe into a heater. The heating element is enclosed in an aluminum block. There also has to be a regulator on the heater so things do not overheat. We're talking about high temperatures being created, like 200 Celsius when the liquid is quickly vaporized, flashed. So we have to be very careful. That's why we need a thermostat in the exchanger. It takes about 5 minutes for enough of the fog juice to be pumped into the exchanger to make it worthwhile to do the rapid vaporization. After the solution is vaporized, and remember, it is a solution, a glycol, solute, in water, solvent, the vapor is pumped out to the surrounding much cooler air. The vapor condenses and we get fog. Voila! Shoot some laser beams for extra groovy effects. Some of you might ask, why not just use water? Why the glycol? Well, if we just use water, we'd end up creating a steamer and nothing else. The glycol increases the density of the solution, keeping it hanging around near the surface of the ground a lot longer. By the way, there's no health issues with recreational use of the fog machine. Just don't go overboard with it. There's a few styles of fog machines which address the rate of dissipation. Maybe you want a thick white fog for a long time. You get one style. Not so thick, get another. By the way, these are also called smoke machines, which is a misnomer since it isn't solid particles in the aerosol. I once went out with a misnomer, but I forgot her name. All this talk of fog machines reminds me of the days when I was in high school. Wait. I'm still in high school and have been for 43 years. You'd think I've graduated already. Oh, well, as a student at the Halloween dance, and they'd play Foghat and Creedence Fogwater Revival, Pink Fog, Fogwood Mac, Simon and Garfunkel, and a fog machine would be humming along. In the old days, and I know I've gone more than 5 minutes, but this is time to reminisce, and if I get a little bit foggy in my memory, well, tough. In the old days, all the boys would be on one side and all the girls on the other of the high school gym. I'd be with my date, a bag of potato chips, and all night long work up the courage to ask someone to dance. The final song, Stairway to Heaven, would come on, and I'd make the long walk across the gym floor to ask someone to dance. Of course, some jerk and a half would come in front of me and ask the same girl before I had a chance. I would make the quick 180-degree turn and return to the chips. Oh, you're still there. So now you know about fog machines. What else do you want to know about? Email me at allthisscience@gmail.com or tweet at allthisscience. Thank you.